Good morning. Today we are going to see about Frederick Vincent Taylor's scientific management. We've gone through management concepts in 17th century, but a drastic change occurred only in 20th century. We are only interested in learning management concepts rather than applying in our day-to-day business life. Here, today we are going to see about scientific perspective of management given by F.W. Taylor, how it emerged, what are the techniques followed, and how the principles of scientific management, and what are the criticisms of scientific management. F.W. Taylor is the father of scientific management. This theory is also known as classical theory or Taylorism theory, and he started his journey as an apprentice in a small mission company. His idea about management grew out of wide-ranging working experience in 3 other companies. He found that there's a rampant wastage and inefficiency. The workers are performing below their capacity. This is because there is no proper communication and coordination between the top level management to the lower level management. The management do not have clear-cut idea about doing a work in a best way. There is no proper delegation of authority, responsibility, roles to management towards the employees. Taylor convinced that there is a science for performing each and every job. In his study, he includes that how the work is performed and how this performance affects the productivity. Taylor's philosophy focused on the belief that making people to work more efficient they can and not as hard as they can. Taylor defined the management as the art of knowing exactly what you want the man to do and seeing that they do it in the best and cheapest way. Next comes the principles of scientific management. After various experiments, finally, Taylor has suggested various principles of scientific management. The first one is science, not a rule of thumb. The efficiency of the organization should only be improved through scientific analysis of work and not on the rule of thumb. Every nook and corner of an organizational activity should be performed scientifically. This saves time and energy. This saved human energy can be used in other performance of organizational activities. The decision making should be not in manager's own perspective. It should be held scientifically. For example, loading of paper bundles in the car boxes should be planned scientifically and performed accordingly. There should be a technological way of even loading goods. And the next principle is harmony, not discord. The relationship between the management and worker should be coordinate. The treatment of every employee should be equal. There is no benefit if this coordination is lacking in an organization between management and employees. Each and everyone should know their role. Management and the workers should know the importance of each other. As a management, it is their duty to look after their employees' wellness, welfare, and providing them trainings to enrich their knowledge and skill. This helps the organization to achieve its goal, right? And as a duty of an employee, he have to stay loyal to his employer and work for the organizational goal. Next is a very important principle, that is mental revolution. This is a psychology of a person, that is the worker and management. The scientific management involves a complete mental revolution of both the parties, management and the workers. A complete mental revolution as a part of management is their duty towards their fellow managers of different departments, their employees, and daily routine duties occur in an organization. They have to resolve them, right? And as an employee, his duty is to see his workman, his duty towards his work, and also the employer. Without this complete mental revolution between both the parties, the scientific management doesn't exist. A complete mental revolution takes place when only a both party mind attitude is to focus on the organizational goal. As a management, they have to work on planning, organizing, controlling, directing, and coordinating. And as an employee, he have to follow all this and helps the organization to achieve its goal. And the next principle is about cooperation and not individualism. It is not the individual role, right, to make an organization to achieve its goal. It is a teamwork. Everyone should work together. There should be a coordination between each and every department of the organization and also between management and the normal workers. And next important principle is about developing every person to his greatest efficiency. It is the duty of a management to look after their employees' efficiency, right? They have to see who is weaker in which session and give them trainings and enrich their knowledge and skills to work for the organizational goal. It is the duty of a management to look after. And next we'll be seeing about general approaches of scientific management. The first approach is The decision-making authority should be in the hands of manager and not in the hands of employees. Yeah, it is absolutely. Before the invention of scientific management, and managers will be giving work to employees and there won't be any fixed target. Only after the invention of scientific management, the fixed concept role has emerged. Before that, the managers would say like, you can perform how much you want, you can produce how much products you want, but this is not a goal of an organization, right? The goal cannot be achieved through this attitude. Right job in right hands. Next one is the right job in right hands. Yeah, the management should know whom to give this work and how. If we give, we will get a good result or not. And next is train the employee in a standard method. Yeah, there is a scientific way of doing every job in an organization according to F.W. Taylor. Next is support the workers, their ideas, and encourage them in their way. Yeah, if there should be a transparent environment in an organization, everyone should know each other discussion, each other department discussions, and everything should be transparent. The workers, if the worker give any idea to the management can accept it, whether this is good or not. You have to see in this perspective and accept the employee. Next, we'll be seeing about the techniques of scientific management. Scientific task setting. The quantity of the work that the worker performs in a particular working day is known as scientific task setting. This scientific task setting will give an answer to questions like what to be produced, when to be produced, where and how is to be produced. There should be a target for each and every day for the worker, which is fixed by the management. And the next technique is differential payment system. The piece rate system attracts more of the employees. More wages for more work. Additional wages are provided for the worker who is producing more than a fixed target. We'll see an example here. The standard unit to be produced is 10 unit, and a rupee you will get for 1 unit. Producing 1 unit is rupee 1, and producing extra unit you will be getting rupee 1.50. For example, if A is producing 8 unit and B is producing 12 unit, the wage for A will be rupees 8 and wage for B will be rupees 18, because he is producing extra 2 units. He will be getting extra wages for the products he produced as a fixed target. And the next is recognizing the superior. In this category, two categories of people will be working in an organization. One is the planner, another one is the executor. In each category, there will be 4 people performing. As in planning sector, there will be 4 people. They are route clerk, instruction card clerk, cost clerk, and disciplinarian. And in executory sector, there will be 4 people like speed boss, gang boss, repair boss, and inspector. Next technique is scientific recruiting and training. The training process should be made correctly. Right work for a right person, right job for a right person. It is the duty of the management to provide training for the people even though they are not capable of doing particular job after recruitment. Economy. There should be a proper maintenance of cost accounting, and this will help the management to reduce wastage of cost. Next technique is time study. Time study is also known as work measurement. It is designed to establish a standard time required for performing a particular element in a work. For example, if we take example of a packing sector, first the finished products will be coming out of a machine and it should be wrapped by a paper first, then it should be kept in a box like a covered box. So each and every element will take time, right? That time calculation is this time study. And next, motion study. In motion study, they will calculate the wastage of movements of both machines and also the employees. This wastage of time can be found out, and it can be reduced the next time when they are performing the same activities. Next, we'll be seeing about the criticism of scientific management. Those days, Taylor principle has been accepted in some countries like Europe and USA in the starting stage, but it gives more productivity. But after some time, they fear that there is a faster work eventually leads to exhaustion of all available works and retrenchment. So it is deemed to be criticized. The first criticism is mechanistic approaches. Humans are treated as machines and not as humans. They are treated as technical aspects, rather rejecting the human activities. And next is unrealistic approaches. In his assumptions, employees are just treated as not laborers. They are just treated as people working for money. But not only that, every employee needs job satisfaction, and also his own participation in the work. They also need recognition, right? But he said that only people are working for money. It is not so. If there is more participation, there will be easy for the organization to achieve its goal. Next is the narrow view. The scope of scientific management is very less. It only depends upon the industrial engineering. Like it's only about technological development and not human resource, right? That is also a criticism of study. Next is impractical. Many ideas of Taylor has been impractical. Like planning and doing cannot be a different job. It is a performance of same job, slide of same job. Like once it is planned, it should be executed. So it is a impracticable. Thank you.